Why don't scientists trust water? Because it's always leaking information. Welcome, friends, to our journey through the world of water. You see, water is like that friend who's always there for you, whether you're thirsty, need to wash your clothes, or just want to have a good cry. Yep, water is the ultimate shoulder to cry on. It never judges, it just evaporates. Now, water doesn't get the spotlight it deserves. It's like the supporting actor that never gets the Oscar, but the movie just wouldn't be the same without them. Water is the unsung hero of our planet, and today we're here to sing its praises. You might be thinking, but it's just water, right? Well, just water is like saying the sun is just a star. Technically true, but it's so much more than that. Water is the lifeblood of our planet, the liquid thread that weaves us all together. It's so essential, in fact, that we humans are about 60% water. That's right, you're more water than human. So, next time you're feeling a bit out of sorts, maybe you're just a bit dehydrated. Let's not forget about its many roles. It's a chef, a cleaner, a lifesaver, and a firefighter. It's also a sculptor, carving out majestic canyons and shaping our landscapes. And, of course, it's a comedian, providing us with endless water-related puns. After all, without water, where would we be in our stream of comedy? But despite all its roles and responsibilities, water never complains. It simply goes with the flow, always ready to come to our aid. It's the universal solvent, the drink of life, and our planet's greatest treasure. So let's dive into the deep end and explore why water is so important, shall we? Imagine trying to cook without water. The pasta would be as crunchy as a bag of chips. Picture this. A chef, let's call him Chef Ali, enters his kitchen, ready to whip up a feast. But there's a twist. He's got every ingredient except for one, water. First on the menu is a simple dish, boiled eggs. Chef Ali places the eggs in a pot and turns up the heat. Soon, he's left with a pot full of cracked eggs and a smell that could clear a room faster than a fire alarm. Next, he moves on to making bread. He mixes flour, yeast, salt, and oil. But without water, all he's got is a powdery mess that wouldn't rise even if it got a pep talk from a motivational speaker. The dough's as flat as a pancake, and not in a good way. Not one to be defeated, Chef Ali decides to make some soup. He throws in vegetables, spices, and even a chicken leg. But without water to act as the base, it's more like a dry stir-fry than a comforting broth. It's a soup with an identity crisis, you could say. And let's not forget about the pasta. He pours the pasta into the pot, waiting for it to soften and curl. But without water, the pasta stays as stiff and unyielding as a stubborn mule. It's so crunchy, you could use it as a makeshift musical instrument. Chef Ali's culinary journey without water is a series of slapstick misadventures. Each attempt to cook without this vital ingredient results in a dish that's far from appetizing. It's a humorous reminder of how essential water is in our daily lives, especially when it comes to food preparation. So it appears that without water, our culinary skills would go down the drain. Ever seen a dehydrated athlete? They run like they've got two left feet. Imagine an athlete, let's call him Sam, a marathon runner. Now Sam is a pretty fit, but today, he decided to skip his usual pre-run ritual of hydrating with a couple of glasses of water. He thought, what's the worst that could happen? Oh boy, was he in for a surprise. He started off strong, racing past his competitors with a confident grin on his face. But soon, the lack of hydration started to catch up with him. His throat felt like the Sahara Desert, and his muscles started cramping up. Suddenly, Sam wasn't feeling so confident anymore. As he continued to run, or rather, stumble, he started tripping over his own feet. His legs felt like they were made of lead, and his coordination was all over the place. The once confident and agile athlete was now resembling a clumsy penguin on a slippery ice slope. But the universe wasn't done with him yet. Oh no, Sam's vision started to blur, and before he knew it, he was swerving left and right, narrowly avoiding crashing into the other runners. The once cheering crowd was now laughing and pointing. And Sam? He was becoming the star of a slapstick comedy. Now you might be thinking, poor Sam, he's probably just having a bad day. But no, my friends, Sam's comedic downfall was not due to a sudden case of clumsiness. It was all because he underestimated the power of water. Water, my friends, is not just a thirst quencher. It's the fuel that keeps our bodies running smoothly. It helps regulate body temperature, keeps our joints lubricated, and most importantly for athletes like Sam, it aids in muscle contraction and relaxation. Without it, our bodies are like a car running on empty. It might move, but not without a lot of sputtering and stalling. So, let's all raise a glass of water to our health and well-being. And remember, don't be like Sam. Hydrate before you participate. Without water, we would be stumbling our way through life, quite literally. What do you get if you cross a plant with a desert, a very thirsty cactus? Now let's imagine for a moment a world where someone decides to grow a plant without one key ingredient, water. Sounds quite absurd, right? But let's humor this idea for a while. So, our brave gardener sets out on this peculiar mission, armed with a pot, some soil, and a seed, but notably missing a watering can. The seed is planted with great care and expectation, nestled in the rich, dark soil. The pot is placed in a bright, sunny spot, and the wait begins. Days turn into weeks, and our little seed starts to sprout, pushing against the earth in a bid to reach the sunlight. It's a sight to behold. But something's missing. The once vibrant green sprout starts to lose its color, its leaves drooping like a sad accordion. There's nothing sadder than a plant that's lost its zest for life. It starts to wilt, its leaves curling inwards, as if trying to protect itself from the harsh, dry world. Our gardener watches helplessly as the plant struggles to survive in this waterless existence. This is a real comedy of errors, but instead of laughing, we're left with a feeling of profound sadness. The message is clear as day. Water is not just a luxury, it's a necessity. It's not just humans who rely on it, but every form of life on this planet. From the tiniest microorganism to the tallest tree, water is the lifeblood that keeps us all going. It's the silent hero, the unsung champion of life. Without it, our world would be nothing but a barren wasteland, devoid of the vibrant life that we so often take for granted. Our parched plant is a stark reminder of this fact. Its struggle is a metaphor for the importance of water in our lives. It's a lesson in humility, a call to appreciate the simple things in life that we often forget. So the next time you see a plant, remember our little parched friend. Remember the role water plays in keeping the world green and alive. As it turns out, we all need water to flourish, plants included. Why is water the life of the party? Because it always goes with the flow. Now, isn't that just like our humble H2O? It's always there, always ready to join in, and it's always making sure everyone else is having a good time. Let's imagine a party where water is the guest of honor. It's not just bringing the fun, it's also keeping everything going smoothly. It's in the drinks, cooling down the temperature, making sure the plants are looking lush for the perfect ambiance, and even in the ice cubes clinking merrily in the glasses. You see, water is like that friend who's always there when you need them, and even when you don't realize you do. It's in the background, making sure everything is running smoothly, never asking for recognition or applause. But let's not forget, water is also the ultimate survivalist. It can be a liquid, solid, or gas, adapting to any situation, just like the best party guests. And it doesn't matter if it's a fancy soiree in a grand castle or a simple get-together in a desert oasis. Water is always there, fitting in perfectly and making everything better. Just like a party, life would be pretty dull without water. It's an essential part of our daily lives, from the food we eat, the air we breathe, to the nature that surrounds us. It's a vital ingredient in our survival and well-being, and it does all this while being absolutely tasteless. Talk about being selfless. So next time you take a sip of water, remember to appreciate this incredible resource. It's not just a thirst quencher, it's a life sustainer, a world shaper, and yes, the life of the party. It's been a blast chatting about our liquid friend. We've had some laughs, learned some facts, and hopefully we've come to appreciate water a little bit more. So remember folks, water isn't just the life of the party, it's the life of everything.